So instead of taking the old guy wires and putting them up, I'm just going to mount them to this pole. They're really not needed for as short as this wind turbine pole is, but I'm just going to mount it to it anyway. So the new Primus Air 40 wind turbine blade set that I replaced, that's working fine now. For some reason, the Air 30 blades are just not the right geometry for the Air 40 turbine. They didn't work well at all. Since all my strong winds come from the north and the northeast, I really don't need the tower to be as tall as it was. And it's going to give me a lot less problems with it being short.
So the snow is rotting away. All 3 snow machines put up. I need to get another set of cans made to go on the grips. See what I do with the coffee cans. Keep bears from chewing on the grips. I haven't had a problem with them chewing on anything else on the snow machines. I've been good about getting the seats off. So I've just had that incident with the ATVs, with the seats getting chewed on. One time I was sitting over there. The other time sitting right by that log. Both times black bears. So get a set of coffee cans made. And get the ATV shed cleaned up a little bit more. It's the workshop that needs the most help right now. For me getting in there in the winter and just throwing stuff in, because I can just squeeze in the door and get what I need and throw what I have in there. So that's kind of a mess right now. So we have some buds on the tree. It's amazing how fast these will open up. Probably by next week, you'll have some green on this. Possibly. We'll see. So it usually only takes about 3 weeks from this point, where the snow gets really rotten, to where it turns green. You can just see how every step is just a mess. No going out on the lake. Take you to the edge of the cliff here, and I am standing right where the shower sauna is going to go. It's going to go in this angle here. As soon as the snow melts, I might get out here and help it. Get a shovel and throw some of this over the cliff. I'll be drilling holes in the rock and putting threaded rod in there, and some rebar and concrete, and then I'm going to build on top of those pilings that I make out of concrete. It's going to be the same dimensions as the shower sauna that I have now. Let me get measurements of that today. Got 3 sets of tracks over there. I might go over there and check that out later on. If it was wolf, it would all probably be just one track. They follow one right behind the other. That tells me mama bear and 2 cubs. See how each step is just a struggle. And by noontime, even if you had snowshoes on, you would still punch down with snowshoes. So not a good time of year to try to get around. ATV's no good, snow machine's no good. On foot's no good. On snowshoes, no good. Yeah, even where the snow is compacted throughout the winter with the snow machines, that's still just falling apart right now, rotting away. All right, I'm gonna get set up and start cleaning up. So right here, I still have 4 foot of snow. So I'm going to work on some trim that I've been putting off for a while. I think I can get the table saw out and rip down some pieces of pine tongue and groove. I'll get that piece done. And I'll get this one over here. Beautiful morning out. The snow is melting rapidly now. My cliff face is getting close to where I can start working on it the next couple days. I should be able to drill those holes and start on the concrete piles. And then here's another piece of trim I need to do over top the front walls, or south wall. So we get the table saw out and get to work. Lakes have a lot of overflow on them. There's definitely no going out on those. Got the snow machines put away for the summer. And I might get some covers for them, but the problem with the covers is then the bears have something to play with and chew on. So at $300 a pop, that'd be $900 worth of covers destroyed. And I'd put my money on the bears shredding them. So it's the west side. My storage barrels are almost totally uncovered now. Snow was up to the top of them when I came home. So almost 4 feet of snow is melted over there. Outhouse is still surrounded by snow. A little bit of snow on the path getting in there. It's really, really punchy now. You can see the path that I walked up and down all winter long. It's compacted snow, so that stuff melts a whole lot slower. You can see all the dirt in the snow, and that's just the dirt that's mixed in with the snow, and as it melts, it forms on the top, and as it gets slower and lower, it's going to get dirtier and dirtier. So that's one of the reasons I don't like to use the snow up here. If I do have to melt snow for water, then I'll go over to an area like that, where there's not a whole lot of dust and dirt. This is from shoveling off the porch, the snow coming off the roof, all throughout the winter. Haven't seen any critters yet, no bears sighted, although I've seen tracks very close to the cabin. Had a pine marten on trout camera the other night. One of the cameras that's on the cabin here. I'm going to go underneath the cabin, pull out a couple pieces of pine tongue and groove, and hopefully I can make some trim out of that stuff. get it from this side. Two, three, four, we have 5 pieces. I have to move all that. I have to slide a snow machine out too, but not right now. Yep. Couple more days of these temperatures and things should start clearing up very nicely. All right, now I gotta rip these down into 2 pieces. All right, now we cut them down to 2. Get this nailed up there. Let's just put one in each end for now. And then for the gap here, I'm going to make a little cap for it out of yellow pine. Well, it's not perfect, but it looks better than the gap that's up there. And I just need to make a little cap, a little decorative cap to cover that gap. Or not, it doesn't matter. I got a whole bunch of other little minor trim I got to do in here too. Got to put a coat of satin polyurethane on it too. That'll yellow it up, make it match this a little better. So I've been asked the question how I found this place, and it was a local realtor listing, and this was the photo and the headline for it. So I came and looked at it and fell in love with it immediately. Here's some of the paperwork for naming of the lake, which is named after the builder's mother, and it was approved. I think it took like 3 years. 9/16/91 to September 20, 94, almost 3 years.